Hanging drywall today. This is 54 inch, so stretch rock. We've got 9-foot ceilings in here. We've only got 4 sheets to hang, actually less than 4 sheets because we're like 21.5 feet long. I don't stock buttboards. If you don't know what a buttboard is, I'm about to show you. We're gonna make our own on the job site right now with some of the clients' leftovers from this siding project that we've been on for a while. So this is all free material. It just takes a little bit of time to make the buttboards, and it's gonna save you a ton of time on the back end mudding a butt joint. So we're gonna make that butt joint a recess essentially. First step, 5.5 inches. We wanna set our table saw to 5.5 inches. We're just a hair off right there according to my tape. Let's go right there. 5.5 inches. We're gonna rip 2 pieces out of this extra to 5.5 inches, and we're gonna make them about 60 inches long. All right, we've got our table saw set up to create our buttboards now that we've got our 60 inch by 5.5 inch rips, and this is 1/2 inch plywood. That's noteworthy. You need something that's about a 1/2 inch. So 7/16 OSB works actually quite well as well. I actually prefer 7/16 OSB. It's a little bit easier on the saw, a little bit easier to cut, but these are the scraps that we had on the job site, so we're using 1/2 inch plywood. We've got our fence set to a 1/2 inch. We've got our blade depth set to 2 13/16, and we've got our bevel set to 3 degrees. Now, something else that you need to keep in mind. This saw bevels to the left, so I need the fence on the left. We want to take out some of the center of this. So if we were to leave the fence on the right-hand side, we would not be able to do that. So we want to make sure that we're actually beveling into the buttboard. We want to take some of that material out. So in this situation, I had to put the fence on the left-hand side. We've got our feather boards flipped upside down to where we can run through. Feather boards are very important. They'll give you a little bit more consistency when creating these buttboards. So we're going to go ahead and run this one. You can see this is got a little curl to it. That's where those feather boards come in really handy. I think I'm going to just go ahead and take out of this right here. So follow along as we do this. So now you can see I've got a little bit of a bevel here. Now all I'm going to do is flip it like this, and I'm going to run it right back through. So let's give me the square, the little black square. I want to show the folks at home what we're looking at here. So you see that little bit of gap? I hope the camera can pick that up. We've got a little bit of a gap right here in the middle. That drywall is going to follow that gap. So now instead of having a hump in the wall, we're actually going to have a recess just like the edges of the panel instead of the sides of the, or maybe the edges of the panel instead of the sides of the panel. I don't know. Either way, we've got a nice recess. This is what you call a buttboard. I'm going to show you how to install them now. Nice and easy. All right, so now we've got our bevel here. We basically want to follow this line. The center of this sheet needs to follow this line on this butt. So I'm going to tuck this in. And by the way, I hate butts above and below windows and doors. because the window's dead center in the middle of this room, 12-foot splits right on this. I can only get 12-foot stretch. I can't get, 16-foot or 8-foot. If I could have got 8-foot stretch, I guess I could have, spliced it twice, but then I'd have 2 butts. Nice thing about butt boards is these are a lot stronger. So I'm not actually adhering to some of the, the jack studs and pressure points of the framing. So the likelihood of this cracking is slim to none. Plus we're going to glue it. Plus we're going to screw it. Hook it up with some of that glue there, Chase, if you don't care. I like to put a little bit on before I shove it in there. So this is Great Stuff's subfloor and drywall adhesive. I love this stuff. Wonderful, wonderful product from Great Stuff. Now if I can just get it, I know it's going to smear a little bit. That's okay. I just wanted some on there. You know what I mean? You got to get a little bit on there, man. Don't take that rock wool with me now. Aha. Aha. There we are. There we are. Now, you think it's not going to do anything, but folks, you're going to be amazed at what this does. It will actually pull that rock inwards and create a beautiful butt joint. Thank you, sir. Now, let's see if I can actually hold this is the problem. Gotcha, baby. I like it. I don't go easy on the screws when it comes to butts. I put quite a few in. I don't want that thing to crack, man. So I hammer it down. Oh, I'm already in. Excellent. Now come back towards me if you can.
Okay.
Right there.
Right there.
How you feel about it?
I feel like I'm up.
I feel like I'm up, dude. There we go. Now, if I take this and go right across the center, I got an air gap there. And that's really all there is to it. I promise if you try this method, you'll never go back to the old school traditional butt joint method. You're going to have stronger joints, flatter walls, flatter ceilings. If you learned anything from this video at all, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. We'll see you on the next one.